You my man. You better explain. But they ain't. All right. Now, since we're going to stay here. Your best relationship, woman of God, was your first marriage.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question. What was your worst relationship?
My second marriage.
No, I've been changed. Y'all better hear this now. I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven sign my name. I'm saying this for a reason.
You said you got to say right.
Yeah. What was your best relationship was your first marriage?
Yeah.
And then your worst relationship was your second marriage.
Right. You said relationship.
Yeah, we all right. I'm glad I started out with you because I was going to ask everybody, but I can make my point with you. I can make my point with you. Your best relationship, I can tell you your worst relationship. I can tell you your worst relationship was not your second marriage. It was your first marriage. Your best is always going to end up with you as your worst, because if it wasn't your worst, you'll still be in your best.
Oh, okay.
Y'all better hear this.
Yeah.
So your best relationship is always going to end up being your worst relationship, because if it was your best relationship, if you had your withers, you'd still be in your
Best.
Can you see that?
I can see it.
Huh? I don't care. I might have got treated worse than my second one, but the one I really wanted, I don't have. That's my worst one. Because it had to be something very detrimental for me not to still be in the best.
Okay.
Can anybody see this?
What if you ain't never had no best?
I know I've been changed. Rich is sitting in the corner, he gonna call your name. What was your best relationship, woman of God?
I ain't never had no best.
Wow.
There's something wrong with all of
I ain't something wrong with them. What's your boy's name? Willem?
Taurus.
Tremaine? Melita, Rich, stand up, Rich, do like this. Do like that. Stand up and do like that. Just do that for me, man. I need that right now. Stand up and do it. Do it. And look at her and do like that. Stand up, man. I got to go, man. Say, man of God.
She told me I bet not.
Man of God, listen now. Listen, man of God. Listen.
You ain't gonna do that, man. That shit.
Listen, man of God.
I had you too, but I gotta go
Man of
home
God,
with
just
this.
stay with me. You were her best relationship because you got 3 sons.
What they got?
In her name. Watch what I'm telling you now. And you know how.
Without me, you wouldn't have had them.
Oh, I heard that. Without him, you wouldn't have had them either. But I want to help you out here. Watch this. How do I know? Out of all the guys she dated, and she tell the truth, that's the one she hated the most when she went with him. Couldn't stand him, could you? Could you know you couldn't stand him? Could you stand him?
Can't stand them now.
Can't stand him now, but that's good though. So she was fortunate because she had a chance to go back and get her worst ended up becoming her best all over again. Stay with me.
What you see this at?
You miss wake up with Jesus. I gotta bring her back into the realm of the spirit. I gotta bring her back. Yeah, you miss wake up with Jesus. She done fell out the realm of the spirit. I gotta get your wake up with Jesus back. But everybody see what I'm saying? Because if it was my best, if I had my struggles, I would have stayed in it.
Amen.
But something real bad had to help me, make me leave my best relationship. You feel what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying,
Stay with me.
but it don't make it the best.
No. Stop, leave that brother alone, man. She be torturing you, man. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna stop praying for you. Now,
Always gonna be rich.
so what we're talking about tonight is, These relationships that were temporary, they're temporary for a reason. You got many people say, I've been married 40 years. Very few people can say they've been married for 40 years, still sleeping in the same room. A whole lot of people married a long time, and I didn't get divorced, but yet not what? Married as they were in the what? Beginning. Y'all follow this? So we talk about relationships today. What we're going to talk about tonight is love God more than your relationships. Now we know we love others more than we love ourselves, am I right?
Yeah.
But tonight we're going to talk about loving God more than our relationships. That's what's tearing up our lives. What's tearing up my life is I'm trying to form a lasting relationship in a temporary place. I'm trying to form what only God can give me. I'm trying to get it out of my wife. What only God can give me, she's trying to get out of me. Can anybody see where we're going here? Huh? One spirit, one faith, one truth, one God. We got relationships that are not adding to us in our place with God. We got relationships that are not adding to us in our place with God. Now, when God gives you somebody that adds him to your life, that somebody's going to be the most tormentuous person in your life. Everybody seeing this? Why? Why is God going to make my wife more tumultuous to me than anybody else? Why is God going to make him more tumultuous to her than anybody else? Why is God going to make her more tumultuous to her than anybody else? Why do your wife say, I can't stand him? Why do you think God let your wife say something like that? Huh? Because he don't want you falling in love with this temporary place. If he made me everything I am to be to my wife, I'll sooner or later I'll make her forget about who. Now, but hear this. God is a God that works in a place that he sets you up to put him in his place, and then everything else will fall into place.
Amen.
When I put God in his place, everything, I ain't say everything, everything will fall into place. Y'all hear this? So now, let's get your papers. Everybody got your papers? We are relational beings by design. God created us to be in relationship with both him and others. Y'all got this? I have not read this. We're going to study this together, okay? This is one way God shapes his people, especially within the church. Through godly relationships, there are few blessings of greater worth than a godly relationship. Man of God, what's a godly relationship to you? I'm not looking for a spiritual answer. Whatever God placed in your heart right now, what's a godly relationship to you?
Godly relationship is something that's putting God first.
Putting God first. I like that. Woman of God, godly relationship.
Thank you for everything.
Thanking him for everything. Man of God, godly relationship.
Putting God first and thanking him for everything.
Putting God first and thanking him for everything. Okay. Godly relationships are based on presenting God when and where he is needed. When And where? Man of God, what's God's relation?
I was gonna say, God is the balance to the equation, but don't add nothing to the equipment that you can't do. Don't go try to buy the world when you can't buy the world. Let her accept you for you, and she'll accept you, accept her for her. When you just keep it genuine, and then you got God in the middle of everything, that's what keeps the relationship balanced.
It's good.
That's where you can get an understanding, that way you can talk.
This
But
good.
if you can't get no balance, and that's when your relationship becomes lopsided.
It's good.
And that's when the problems come in.
I'm glad he went there. I'm glad he went there. That's good, man of God. God is the balance. That's what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to add to that, God is the balancer. Without God, I am out of balance. There's no balance to God because there's no equal to God. See, there's an equal to your height, and that equal to your height is the depth of your low. Y'all hear this? But there's no equal to God, so he balances us. That's good, man of God. I'm glad you went there. So God is the balancer, and he keeps us in balance. That's where our part of not understanding God comes into play. Thank you, man of God. You took me there. That's where our not understanding God comes into play. Everybody see this? When I get out of balance, when I get too full of myself, God has a way of balancing me. When I get too low, God said, I only took you this low because of how high I want to take you. God is a balancer. There is no balance in God because there is no equal nowhere. I am out of balance because I'm trying to balance a life that don't say it, Bishop. I'm trying to balance a life I didn't give myself. I won't accept God balancing me. So what I do, I depend on temporary relationships. Temporary relationships. Stop. I just set it up to my pad. Hook it up to Maurice's pad. Where's that pad? What is the balancing. Okay, God is a balancer. So the thing we must understand the most is that when God comes into play, our relationship with God, when he fully makes us right with himself, will what? Forever. Will what forever? When God fully makes us right with himself, our relationship with him will what forever? Last. We are still stuck on being concerned. Should say Maurice pad. We're still stuck on being concerned with temporary relationships. Now watch what this says. It says, put the paper. It says, but with all good things, Satan, our culture, and we can twist what God designed for good into our own detriment. Too many expectations. People who don't know God. We judge them, we put an expectation on them that they cannot fulfill. People who know God, we judge them, we put an expectation on them that they cannot fulfill. Why? Because they don't know God in totality. Because Pastor Nisha is the pastor. Don't judge her. He didn't say Pastor Nisha, now that she's the pastor, he didn't say she's the parent. This is where most people in the pulpit get caught up. And I thank God He never let me get up here and get caught up in that. In the church, in the Catholic Church, they call the priest what? Father. Never was God's intention. Never was God's intention for you to be in the pulpit and become a parent. I'm supposed to be like, boy, I'm so glad I beat you up. I said, I hope this boy ain't took my book. I'm going to kill him. I know you thought about it. Did I tell that? Baby said, you ain't going to kill nobody. I said, he got my book. I'm killing him.
See, most people in the pulpit, they got people believing in a man. It's not about the man. They supposed to be like the Rabboni. They supposed to be like the Rabboni. They supposed to carry the good news and teach the good news.
And
it's not about being a parent.
Wait. That's good. That's good right there. That's good right there. That is so good. What is this person up here supposed to be? Huh? Even simpler than a teacher. The Lord is my. Hello, somebody. See that now? He's supposed to keep me. Supposed to watch over me. Supposed to protect me. Supposed to risk his or her life for me, because that's what shepherds do. David said, y'all scared of a man? All the bears and tigers that I have beat protecting the sheep? And y'all scared of Goliath? He said, you know how many tigers and bears? And that's just a man? If God allowed me to defeat those tigers and bears, I sure ain't worried about them.
Man. This I have a question.
Talk.
That's why all of those priests rape them boys, because they honor them as fathers.
Let me tell you something.
They were too trusted.
Let me explain something. No. Well, it gives them, Father gives them a place a place to hide. You understand something? One religion that was in place when Jesus came was Catholicism. It was here before Jesus. The main religion before Jesus came was the way. And what's his name? John the Baptist was a member of the basically they didn't call it, but they didn't use the word denomination. But the first denomination was called the Way. Y'all didn't hear when he said the Roman soldiers? The Roman soldiers, and they went to Festus, and Festus said, no, you got to take that to Pontius Pilate. You know who Pontius Pilate was? He was a Roman officer. So we all know that if the Romans was in power, Catholicism was already in place. So I'm saying this to say this. Just because you got a title, the words of the title can hide you in your wrong. Watch this. What's right? I taught y'all this. Don't act like you don't know it. What's right?
Wrong.
Okay. Love. And what's wrong?
Hate.
How can I love a child, a little boy, take on the form of father because of my title? That boy can tell nobody. Because in a child's life, father's word is absolute. And now a father in the church is even more absolute. That's why I don't believe nobody. I don't believe in this parenthood in church. Parenthood will take you to a place of protecting the parent. And that's why, he said it, that's why we see people instead of the purpose. Because we look at the person as a parent. And so when we start looking at the person as a parent, when we got older, guess what we saw in our earthly parents? Huh? We saw their faults. So now So the second go round, if I got another parent, you ain't gonna fool me. Like my first parent did. So we start looking at the person. That's why God said, the Lord is my shepherd. And anybody up here is supposed to be a shepherd, not a parent. But we parent, as a lot of y'all, as saints, we parentalize our leaders. Another temporary relationship, something God did not tell me to do, because He told me my leader was my what? Shepherd. Now what does a shepherd, what is a shepherd supposed to do? Huh? Shepherd supposed to have a relationship with the owner. Shepherd supposed to have a relationship with the owner. So if I got a business and I got a manager running my business, who should that manager loyalty be to first? The owner. Am I right? So the shepherd's loyalty is to the owner. But what happens is, even as a shepherd, we get led and drawn away by these temporary relationships. What is the most drawing in temporary relationship there is? Marriage. Marriage. You all right? You look like y'all scared of me tonight. Marriage. Why? Because now, oh my God, this is so good. Who owns who in a marriage? Huh? Well, why you act like you own Richard? Yeah. Kawasaki motorcycle tie bow tie. 3 times. I'm just saying. Why do I act like I own First Lady? Because we feel, listen to me. Wow, this is even better than the reading. We feel in every relationship we've had in our lives, we always idolize the one with the power. Can I help y'all out somewhere?
I can help you out.
No.
As parent, that's why you can't be false parent. Kids remember what they see you do when it comes to marriages and so on and so forth. That's why you gotta be straight up with your kids and keep it real, huh?
Can we be real in here tonight?
Amen. Please.
Can we be real? Come here, man of God. Come here. Come on, woman of God. Come here, quickly. Oh, Richard Ty. Come here, D. Come here, woman of God.
No, my auntie coming. Go ahead.
Both of
You're
y'all.
not dying, I'll come.
We going, y'all put the paper down. Y'all can read that for yourself later. God taking me some over this. Can I help y'all out with something? When you're a child, this is why we have to be careful. When you're a child, who influenced you more than anybody?
Your parents.
Huh? So now, I'm influenced by the one who has the power. I don't know if you were with Richard like this in the beginning, but right now you couldn't raise boys being the way you are around Richard. I'm going to show y'all a road into a path. People don't want to talk about, they don't want to talk about how people are led into things. Or we always say, like me, I say, if things would have been different in my life, I wouldn't have had these struggles. Possibly right. But that's not what affected me. That's not what affected you. What you saw or did not see in your house. Now, you know why you got 3 strong young men? They took turns being the man of the house. When I first got the first lady, Jim was about five. He was at Little Red Schoolhouse. And every night, you know, I still do it. I get up, I check the doors, I go out, because we got our garage door openers outside. I make sure the garage is locked, because if you don't lock the garage, also I do is break your window and get in your house. So I still do that. But when I first got first lady, he said, "What you doing?"
CJ.
I say, I'm checking the house. No, he told me, that's my job. 5 years old. 5 years old. A real man. So now, what happens here? I'll show y'all something. Ladies, be very careful. Wife, be very careful. I'm a little boy. Tell him, you stupid.
You stupid.
Every time I want you to do something, you always do the wrong thing.
Every day I want to do the wrong thing.
No. I'm going to show you something.
The little boy looking.
I'm a little boy. I don't want to be like him. I want to be like him.
Her.
My boy.
They want to be like the power.
Amen.
It's okay, calm down, baby.
All right. Baby,
We got this.
baby, don't call me baby, call me sunshine.
Okay, so.
I want to be like the power. Y'all gotta be careful how y'all act around these boys. Putting a man down.
Yeah.
You don't even know how that demon creep in. So I always want to be like the most powerful one in the house. Then you wonder why. Because I talked to him like I was the man of the house. The man ain't got no power. The woman got the power. So I'm sunshine. I'm not making.
Yeah.
I'm making a point here.
Amen.
Why you make them children cuss like Satan? Because they cussing make them wrong. So at 5, and we used to wait till we got 12, 13. They cussing at 5 now. If they never heard their parents cuss, you think they'll cuss? They'll say, no, they'll be saying, they'll say what they're supposed to. Ooh, you said a bad word. But they don't say that no more. You said what my mama said, so I'm going to say it too. What I'm trying to tell you, you gotta let the order of God get back in place. Glorify him. If he is weak and you are a strong woman, guess why God put you with him?
Make him strong.
Talk to me!
And check this out, on that right there, when a lot of men, when you tell them to glorify, they taking it and go out of proportion. It's not for you to just act like you just gonna be constructive of everything. That's where you come in, then God come in with the balance part. You gotta treat that like shit boom.
You're right. What's most dudes? No disrespect. You know who your boy's hero was? That JW, because then he got a reputation on the street. Am I right? That JW. So they wanted to be a player just like JW. Why? Because she was trying to raise them the right way. He come by and give him $1 a piece and he was their hero. And she was always the enemy. But watch this though. I don't care how much a boy, this is the difference between boys and girls. I don't care how much a boy enemizes mama. Don't fool with mama.
I know.
I don't know who y'all who watch it have and have not.
Every Tuesday.
$8 million. $8 million. She said 12 times, I counted it. Don't hurt her.
That she said that. Now.
She said scare her.
Scare her.
That's right.
Don't hurt her.
That's what she said.
But a boy wouldn't have even said scare her. Y'all notice this? And $8 million, all she got to do is take her out. Because she got Benny wrapped around her finger. But she said, don't
hurt her.
hurt. She said, scare, don't hurt. But I believe she's going to run in the room and come out with a gun, Buddy going to end up shot. That's what I think.
Exactly. Don't tell it, bitch.
I ain't seen it, but that's what I think. And then they gonna know that's one of Candace's boys.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
They gonna pick that out of the way.
Y'all see this? So the bottom line is, what I'm trying to tell you is, y'all sit down.
Thank you.
What I'm trying to tell y'all understand what I'm talking about tonight?
Amen.
Huh?
Amen.
God's order. When there's a man in the house, whatever the man does, eventually the son's gonna do. If there's not a man in the house, and the mama always put the daddy down, now we mess with that other ground again. Talk.
Well, it wasn't him that my boys took the player club after. It was my daddy.
Your daddy?
Yeah, because my daddy helped me raise them.
But you gotta understand, your daddy is the one that tried to show you that he wasn't no good.
Yep.
I know the whole story. Your daddy only hung out with him. Did they hang out together?
Yep.
To show you, he just like me. But guess what? Because she was a daddy's girl, instead of her pulling away from that, she drew to it. Am I right? Am I making sense today?
Yes, sir. A lot of sense.
Are we going anywhere here?
Yes.
What I'm telling you, in this relationship thing, even with our children, it is only supposed to be for a season. So what will God do? Come on, man of God. What will God do? Some of our kids will not let us go. Y'all all right with me tonight? Y'all all right with me tonight? Some of our kids will not let us go. Them boys gonna stick to you, by you no matter what. No matter what. See them? Some of our children will not let us go. So what does God do? God has a way of building a wall without you even seeing it. A lot of y'all might throw me away after the night. That's all right. God has a way of building a wall without you even seeing it. I ain't love nobody like I love my Uncle Mickey when I was growing up. I had uncles that had my blood, my Uncle Randolph, my Uncle Roosevelt, my Uncle Sandy. They were my uncle, but my Uncle Mickey, who ain't have no blood in my body, my best friend, even to this day. But I was so close to him that if something had happened to him, it would have killed me. But God built up a wall. I started despising him. Being honest. Why? Because the way he let my aunt treat me. But what I didn't know that he told me later on, in the year 1964, thank you, Jesus. Providence Hospital, right here. It used to be library, right there. Providence Hospital, right there. I'll never forget it. They told us that my aunt was going to die. And kids back then, I don't care who was sick, who was dead, the dog show wasn't getting there, you wasn't either. You hear me? The kids were not going to no hospital. So they drove us down the alley and opened up the curtain. So me and her two daughters, they raised me, could see my auntie for maybe the last time. My uncle, my God is a great man. I didn't know this. I wrote that man a letter one time and told him, you just made me sick. He still got that letter. I said, because you were so weak. You just let her do anything to you. You know what he told me? And y'all missed this. And this is what's wrong with people, why we cannot get people to where they need to get to. There is no godly relationships. That lady was dead, literally. Her bowels had locked up. This was 1964. It ain't like today. They told her, whoever you need, and we had the kids went to the window. My uncle told me, he said, you know why I treated her like that, Maurice? And I had all the respect in the world for him when he told me. He said, remember when you went to the hospital and y'all went to the window? I said, yeah. He said, when I saw y'all at that window, and I took y'all back home, right there. He said, I went in there and I told God, if you let her live there, I will never hurt her. I will never heal her. And I let her do whatever she want to do if you let her live for these children. You hear me?
Hallelujah.
Do y'all hear me? So what I call weak was a man that prayed for me so I wouldn't hurt like I would never have been able to bear. 1964, I was 7 years old.
My God.
Gail was 6. Chevy was 4. And we had a window looking at our mom. What we thought was for the last time. Because he had already explained it. He told us, well, I'm going to take y'all because she real sick. And we don't know what's going to happen. That's how he left us at 7, 6, and 4. Do y'all understand what I'm saying here? What happened there? Anybody see what happened? He gave up his identity for her to live.
That's right.
Never did I hear my uncle say, I'm the man. I saw my aunt hit him so hard one time. She ain't never just beat him, but I saw her hit that man so hard one time, I wanted to slap her for him. But when he told me that, I was about 33, 34. I found a new respect for my uncle. Because he didn't do that for him. He said, if you just let her live for these children, there's nothing I'd ever do. Do she have her way around that man? And most people don't understand why. Come on, man, God.
Understand that, Mickey, you gotta sit down and talk with him and understand it. I sat down with that brother, and me and that brother talked about 2 or 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, boy, you better be ready.
It was raining. We was waiting on some things to get prepared. And he's not like the regular guys, but if you really want to talk to a real true God, man,
That's right.
that's the man to talk to.
That's right.
If you ever need, like, like an icon, what I mean by the icon, if you ever need somebody to really look up to,
Wow.
if you ever need somebody you need to get some real manly knowledge from, not no any man, a real man.
That's right.
That's the man to talk
That's
to.
right. That's right.
And I tell you, this man got so much wisdom. I got home and told him, I said, man, that young brother, he's sharp. You know, when I say young brother, I'm not saying it as a disrespect to him,
Yeah.
but he has all the respect in the world. That brother got
He
some
sure.
knowledge for you.
That's right.
You just have to sit down with that brother and you communicate with him. You'll be amazed what you can learn.
And because what he gonna show you is, he's not gonna show you machoism. He's gonna show you Godism.
Yes, sir.
And that's what Adam, that's why we end up in sin. Because Adam didn't step up and show what God had given him to show against the adversary. See, most times what we think is, and my dad and Mickey taught me this, most times what we think is that when we avoid, we're safe. God never said, I want you to avoid the adversary, I want you to go. So what happens But what I just told you about my uncle, we need to become godly for one another. We need to become God. There's a difference between making a deal with God and being real with God. Y'all better hear this. Somebody need to step in. I don't need you right now. Come on, woman of God. Somebody need to step in her life right now and go to God and say, Lord, if you free her, whatever you ask me to do, I will do. And watch this. And when you step in, it's not for the things you know. Because that's not her issue. God don't reveal our issues. Satan does. To influence those who act like they know God. The things we need to pray for each other, we have not seen. But I'm trying to hang on to this temporary relationship. And that what we don't know is sucking the life out of her. What we don't know is literally sucking the life out of her. But if I am godly, Lord, I pray for her. And I'm not coming here saying, if you do this, I'll do that. No, Lord, I pray for her. Here we go. Find somebody that can't live without her. And ask God to do it on their behalf, not yours. God, I hope y'all get this. Ask God not to do it for her. Her fate is already written. Lord, I'll do. If you just do whatever I don't know about her, Lord, you just fix it, Lord. And I'll get better because I really need her. Hell no, God ain't finna work. Why? Because he gonna get jealous. You coming to her, pleading for her, instead of accepting what I need her to be. You love her more than you love. But when I come to her, go to God and say, Lord, them three boys, all three of them, they need her, Lord. They need her to look like the woman that she should look like. The problem is we are asking God to do things for us to feel good, better with her. Instead, I say, get out of here with that. You're challenging our relationship, and you're putting her in my place. Did I see this? But when, you know, that's Jesus calling him. He do that once a service. Y'all see this? So now we ask God for somebody who we know cannot bear the moment of being without her. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. In other words, at that moment, I tell y'all this all the time. At that moment, Jesus became eternal to us. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Thank you, Holy Ghost. At that moment, Jesus became eternal to us. What made him eternal? What made Jesus eternal in that moment? Huh?
forgive them, they don't know what they do.
Yeah. You know why? Push number 2 all the way down. Just that yellow, turn the yellow button all the way around. The yellow button to the right, all the way, turn it all the way down. The yellow button, turn it all the way down. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. What made Jesus eternal in that moment? Forgive them, for they don't know they are killing what they can't live without. Forgive them. They don't know they are persecuting what they can't live without. Y'all got that? That's what made Jesus eternal. So now, what makes you eternal? What makes you eternal? When you are not trying to devise a plan around God's plan. Lord, don't do it for me. Remind God how much her daughter means to her. Remind God how much the saints mean to her. Remind God that, you know, Lord, let her live a little longer, because this man, he would jump in the casket if you take her right now. But we have been taught by religion, I'm going to get a prayer through for you. I'm a prayer warrior. You show me where one person, you prayer warrior, defeated an army by themselves. Huh? You show me where one person defeated an army by them. Even Jesus, the one that could have did it, didn't show us that. Stand up, saints. I'm stand up in the name of Jesus and start looking at things from the standpoint of others and not yourself. We all right? First lady will tell you, First lady will tell you, this is true. I wasn't fit to teach or preach for a month. First lady will tell you, I was about to wake up with Jesus. I said, well, I'm thinking about just cutting wake up with Jesus off. I've been doing it for 10 years. That's enough. And I got up and I went to my war room. And the Lord said, open the Bible right now. He said, open the Bible right now. And I opened the Bible, wasn't it Luke 3? Because I looked at it a few minutes ago, it didn't look right. But it looked like it was Luke 3 and 31. Because I looked at it, I was looking at it in there. It looked like it was Luke 3 and 31. And God said, He said, there's power in the words I give you. And the people are astonished at the teaching that come through you. You heard that? There's power in the word that I give you. And the people are astonished at the words I give you. So what he's saying, how dare you stop teaching? How dare you? She'll tell you. Had I read it, my man? When I tell you it went down like that, because she went and she would walk around with her Bible praying for y'all and not herself. She was praying for the saints. Strengthen the man of God. and in strengthening the man of God. Now you see, guess what? Not only is my shepherd powerful, but God put me under the shepherd because I'm just as what? Powerful. Y'all think I'm crazy. I tell y'all all the time. What I tell you? Repeat after me. I am. What's the next word I tell you?
Invincible.
Invincible! I am invincible because of the invisible one that's with me. When I can't feel him, I yet live. When I can't see him, I yet live. And guess what? When I'm thirsty, he yet give me something to drink. When I'm hungry, he said, you will never thirst or hunger because of the invisible one that's with you.
Amen.
Stop depending on relationships that are temporary and start praying for relationships that matter and cannot live without what God is going to let go if you don't grow in your understanding. He'll pull it away from you. I ain't talking about me. I ain't talking about the church. I'm talking about the understanding that he's given to us. Everybody see this? Everybody feel the power of God tonight? Stop leaning. What did he say? Lean not what?
On your own understanding.
In other words, stop depending on what you see. What I see, I understand. What I see, I feel like I know something about it. Notice what I see. What I see, I feel like I know something about it. But if I hang out with this invisible guy that said he'll never leave me nor forsake me, guess what? I won't know something about it. I'll know all about it. I won't know something about it. I'll know. Y'all hear this? I wasn't coming down here tonight. I was gonna let man of God teach tonight. Then I told First Lady, I said, First Lady, you know what? I don't know why. The saints. It's so true. I got so much work in my office. And it's coming in more and more. I ain't never been like this in the summertime in my life. Summertime, all I do is play golf and study. But I'm overwhelmed with work. And I could have stayed home today and did a whole lot of work. That would have been the common sense thing to do. But guess what? If God let that work come through that office, guess who's gonna do it? He is, not me. Y'all hear me? I got people mad. You've been telling me for 4 days. You've been telling me for 2 weeks. Some people been waiting 3 weeks. I'm one person. And you'll get it when God say you need it. Y'all hear me?
Amen.
So, what am I doing, Deacon Richie? I got a whole lot of work. They can bring a whole lot of money to the church and myself. What am I doing, woman of God? Keeping the main thing. You know, somebody told me, you can't do the work because you play golf too much. That client called another client and said, he can't stay off that golf course, that's why he can't do our work. But guess where I get a lot of my work from? The golf course. I got people tell me, I meet you at the golf course because they know I like playing, well, they like playing golf with me. Tell them, everybody want to beat Bishop. I bring your check to the golf course. What you think I'm gonna do? I'm going to get my check. But a lot of businesses, everything, but what I said, I didn't say this. Stop looking at people up here as your mama and daddy. Because you ain't gonna get fooled the second time like you did the see what I'm saying? So the first time, what happened the first time? I was looking for all the good. You ain't gonna trick me this time. So the second parent I get, I'm looking for all the. That's what's wrong with us. Shepherds. Shepherd. Shepherd. This is the shepherd. I'm the shepherd. That's the shepherd. I'm the overseer. Watch this. Y'all see what's going on here? Now, y'all saw what she did. She kissed her. She hugged her. She even hit somebody that was stronger than her. But nothing happened to her because who sent her?
Amen.
And he didn't tell y'all where she was going or what she was doing. So the shepherd has to listen to the overseer. And he don't tell y'all what or why he's doing what he's doing. This is what y'all want. Go kiss, go give her a kiss on the cheek. Go kiss Missionary Maxwell on the cheek. This is what y'all want. I knew she was going to do it because the Holy Spirit told me she was going to kiss her on the cheek. Watch it. And stand up, man of God, when she come back down. Go slap Richard. Don't slap. Go slap Richard. Stand up, man of God. Stand up, man of God. Stand up, man of God. Stand up. See, don't slap. No, stop. No, wait, stop. Man of God. Now, turn around and face him. You face him. Now, ball your fists up, man of God. No. Man, come on, man. Just do this. She ain't gonna do nothing to you. Now, y'all see what happened? Do y'all see what's going on here? Come here, woman of God, before you hit him. Come here. Now, she up there holding her fist. Do y'all see what's going on? God does not speak in an audible voice because the devil will be prepared. Y'all want God to tell y'all everything gonna happen before it happens. Guess who can hear it too?
The devil.
He don't want you to walk in your blessings.
Amen.
So you get people, men and women of God up here who prophesying. When you hear me prophesy to people, most times it's in their ear. When I tell you something God getting ready to do for you, don't I come up to you like this? You ever notice that? For a reason. Because I don't want the demons to hear it. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Because I'm going to tell you something. Y'all got some folk dressed up in here that look like Satan, straight up demons, praying against the blessings that God prophesied for you. That's why you don't put it in the atmosphere. You better learn. When people why you think you ain't got that car that man told you you were going to get? Why you think you ain't got that house that he looked good and told you you just gotta put $100